All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. I hope I'm audible and clear. I would like to apologize for the previous link which we could not connect due to some reasons. So I've sent the new link in the respective groups. So kindly join in through that link and make sure you share it amongst your teammates. I hope I'm audible enough. Please let me know in the chat box. Yeah, thank you. All right. So let's do it. So today is 25th of March. We are heading towards the end of this month. So let's look what we have in the news. So we don't have any high impact news in USD, as you can see, which is a good thing. Maybe tomorrow there will be some news. That is 26th. Yes, there is some news at 6 p.m. I'll be trading London session tomorrow with my personal mentorship group. Yes. And make sure you guys are following me on YouTube and you have clicked on the bell icon so that you won't be missing my live sessions. And if even if the link is not working sometimes, if I create a new link, you should be still able to get a notification to the YouTube. If not, then you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe on the YouTube channel so that you don't miss the updates. All right, so we are here in the New York session. If you look at the daily time frame, let's do the top down analysis. Very important for us to understand the biases. So if you look at this, highs and lows 4 hours. 4 hours is very important for us to set our bias, right? That is what we use. And you can look at this. We have closed yesterday, 4 hours back we closed bearish with weak body, and today we can see this current 4 hour candle is bullish, and there are almost 30 minutes left for this 4 hour candle to close. So still I'll be bearish because the reason is that previous two candles have been bearish. So we have to wait for the 4 hour candle to close. 1 hour we are consolidating. So this is this resistance on the 1 hour. And if you look at the 30 minutes, this becomes a support. So now we can see we are consolidating into the same zone wherein we were consolidating during the London session. If you have observed this, observation is very much important, my dear friend. You have to watch the charts, and if you have been trading the London session, you'll see that this is the same zone. We are expecting some kind of a movement through this area, uh, which you can see here. I was expecting some kind of a uh, movement in this area, as there was a clear range on the left hand side, but the market has some different plans, and now here it is. So the best thing that we should do right now is wait for this 4 hour candle close, because that is going to help us to decide our bias. Since it is a bearish candle which has closed previously, but it's not a very strong confirmation with a long wick and a small body, right? So we need to wait for the 4 hour candle to wait close. That will be, I guess, 30-minute candle close as well. Yes, 28 minutes. Yes. So 30-minute candle close, which will be 4 hour candle close, and then we have to see if we break and close above this resistance, where we can go next is here. This is where we can go next. And if we break and close below this support, we have a lot of rejections on the downside, and then we have another support here. Let me measure it. Let me measure this is almost around 42 pips, which is not a very strong, I would say very huge range, at least these days, wherein the ranges are 500 400 pips, right? And if you break and close below this, there is another 40, almost 40 45 pips range. So I would like to keep this as my support. The reason is that even if you break below this, we have this tight range of 45 pips, and then another tight range of 45 pips, and a lot of rejections, right? And if I break and close below this, we have this wonderful range to capture here in this direction, which is almost of 650 pips. So there have been days 650 pips was a huge movement, was considered to be a huge movement. Now from Mondays you can see these ranges have been more than 200 300 pips, right? So this is what we have. And then we have, if we break and close above this, let's see how much it is. This is almost 100 pips, not even 100 pips. Very tight range, I must say. I would say this is a better range. And if we break and close above this, then we have this. This is somewhere I would like to see. Look for buy. I'm looking for buys in this area between these uh, two yellow lines mostly. And of course it depends on how the 4 hour candle is closing. If the 4 hour candle is closing bullish, then I need to wait for the retracement. That is the number one thing I can do, is wait for the retracement, then take a buy. Or secondly, wait for the break and close above this. Obviously there is a 100 pips range, but this is a better range for me, this pin between these two yellow lines, right? So this is what we have. There is no news, which is a good thing for us. Very good evening, everyone. Very good. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed my channel, do it because you won't be missing in case if you don't get the link in on time. I hope all the teammates have got the link. Yesterday we took one trade in the London session, which was an impulse entry and which hardly lasted for 1 minute, if I'm not wrong. And we waited for almost 1 hour for that particular trade. I guess some of them were part of this trade, right? You guys must, some of them must be part of this trade. But most of the people were like, I missed the trade, and the simple reason is that you guys didn't put the stop order pending order, right? So it's very important, you need to put a buy stop or the sell stop order. Don't wait for the then don't wait to execute when the price breaks the exact wick, right? That's a very difficult thing to do, because when the price breaks the wick, it just goes up. You don't even have it moves in a matter of seconds, right? So do like this video. First of all, we have uh, 8 people watching, 5 likes. Still would like to see more likes in this video. Do give a like on this video. Maybe there will be few people in this meeting because the link which I shared did work. Sorry for that, I apologize. I don't know, this is the issue with the website, not the website, the app. I had scheduled a meeting, but it just went off. 23 minutes to go for the 4 hour candle to close. I'm not going to do anything before this 4 hour candle is closing, honestly speaking, because I don't want to, honestly, looking at the range, I don't want to trade in this zone until and unless I get some ranges, clear range, clear moves. We have been consolidating for a very, very long time, and this has been happening since the London session, and now we are in the New York session as well. So 9 people watching, 6 likes. Do give a like, do subscribe, do click the bell icon and keep all the notification on so that you don't miss any updates on the live stream, because live stream is the best opportunity, my dear friend, to learn trading. Because see, we give education, especially through the private mentorship. We have a lot of in-depth analysis, in-depth knowledge, but that knowledge will only work when you attend a live session, trade live, and that is where you're going to build confidence, right? So don't miss any live streams, my dear friends. Very important, very, very, very important. And someone who's not part of a community or maybe a private mentorship, looking to someone who is seeking for a mentorship, let me tell you, whoever you may be part of, any mentor, make sure those people do live stream, live trading. This is where as a mentor or as a trader, they should be building credibility, right? And stay away from the people who are over marketing themselves, because if you're very serious about trading, let me quote that word, if you're very serious about trading, those who are over marketing themselves, because at the end of the day, you need to know what is the best thing for you, right? Live stream, welcome everyone. 10 people watching this live stream. Do give a like, do subscribe the channel. Let's do a lot of live streams, especially we'll try to do more of the live stream on the YouTube. In the New York session, London session, I will trade with the private community. Yesterday we took the trade in the private community with the private community channel, and it was a wonderful trade, right? The best thing, the people in our group made money. That's the best thing. That is what I love, and that was my main motive of doing the streams. That has helped me a lot to become disciplined and to become accountable, but at the same time, people make money in your group. That's the best thing. Otherwise, you see, you hear people making losing money. right? And also join my Telegram channel for the daily updates, daily price analysis, which I, if I don't stream live, I put the analysis anyway, so that you get the benefits from there as well. So a lot of free stuff in this, in the description, you can go through it. Just have to wait. That's what we can do. 4 hours, this is what the I, what do you think, what do you think, this candle is closing bullish or bearish? What's your guess on this? I know it's a bad idea to guess, but just for, what do you think, is this candle is going to close bullish or bearish? If you look at the daily time frame, it's bullish. Weeklies, weekly should be bearish. Yeah, it was bearish. Daily is bullish. For yes, what do you think? So we need to wait for the next 18 minutes for the candle to close. So the question is, what do you do in between the charts? It's very important. First, you can just maybe watch some videos, and maybe best thing would be do some stuff that is mindful, watching videos, because anyways you, all the time you are on the screen, and you're consuming more of the screen time, then it might affect your health as well. But what you can do maybe is read some books. So right now I'm reading this book, The Secret by Rhonda Bryan, and I'm loving it. The book talks a lot about, yeah, it talks about the law of attraction, how it can help you to become better in life. And law of attraction has been used by all the rich and the super successful people. And of course, as a trader, you need a lot of this. You don't think that you'll just need, you'll just read about psychology, you just know technicals, that is part of it. But see, trading is you versus you. When I say you versus you, it also includes all your soft skills, all your, how your mindset works, how you react at the losses, how you react at the profits, right? That is also important. So learning a lot about yourself, learning a lot about uh, personal well-being, health, how you think, what you think, how you look at the situation, how positive or negatively you, because there are some people, you know, they get very anxious about every little things, they react very loud to a very little things, and that is what they exactly do in trading. That is what they exactly do while they trade. If they make losses, they will take one more trade, and they will increase their lot sizes to recover that losses. They will lose, and they will lose to at some extent, such an extent that they will blow their account. And tomorrow there was a very beautiful day, there were good moves, but this person didn't have an account to execute on. So the same thing what people are doing in life is the same thing that you, because you are not, of course that's the same brain, that's the same body that you are there in front with you, with what you are there in front of the chat, right? So these things also matter a lot. That is that is what I say, trading is equal to self mastery. People are not able to become successful, the simple reason is that they are not doing things which makes them better. Maybe it can be exercising, it can be food what they eat, diet, or whatever it is, right? The way they live, the way, you know, how happy they are in life, how they sleep. Those things are not well, then don't think that maybe 2 hours you'll be disciplined god, you'll be a god of the market for that particular time in the day and will become profitable. Try out that. You should try that out. So 15 minutes closed bearish. Let's see if it can push down. I don't know. Let's see this. How much is the range? I didn't want to trade this zone anyways, but even if we push down, um, oh, we have 100 pips here. We have 100 pips. Why don't we just give a try on this? Why don't we just give a try on this? Sell stops. Okay. Why don't we just give a try on this? I just executed this trade, by the way. If you have missed, don't worry. I'm just giving a try on this. Okay, the reason I was looking for, I went for this trade is 4 hours close bearish. Now it's also pushing bearish, maybe, I don't know. And now the stop loss is also very tight. It's just 70 pips, right? So I might not lose a lot, maybe, in that case. So even if I hit the stop loss, that is not a big deal, right? Put the stop loss, don't lose more than what you are supposed to, accept what the reality is in the market. SLTP, SLTP, so it should be somewhere here. It can be a bit volatile. It can be a bit volatile. The reason is that maybe we are almost there for the 4 hour closure. I just this is not a risky trade. The reason it might be risky because there are few minutes for this 4 hour candle to close. So maybe that is what we can see. We can push down or not. 1:1 is what I'm looking for. 1:170, somewhere around here, right? Anyone in this trade? Anyone in this trade? No. I know. I just took that trade. Sorry, I got a cold. Okay, if it breaks the low, I'll get my stop loss at the break even point because I don't want to be in the trade where the 4 hour is going to close and then it will feel, maybe it closes bearish, then it makes a back week, my stop loss goes. I don't want to be in that trade. So if I break the low of the current candle, I'll get my stop loss at the break even point. Yes, I get it. I get it at a break even point. 4556.86. Stop loss is at the break even point. So even if I lose, I lose nothing. If I win, I win maybe 147, $147. Let's see. So I'm in a trade wherein I don't lose anything, even if my stop loss is hitting. So don't basically I don't do these things. I'm doing it because now there will be a lot of volatility because the 4 hour is closing, and I don't want to be in the trade wherein Oh, I'll close some partials. I'll close some partials. Close maybe 90%, 0.18. Yeah, I'll close. I've closed 90%. Yes, I've closed 90%. Oh, look at this. Boom. W. This trade was taken just with an experience, honestly, and it did work out. W just made some dollars. Anyone who took this trade? I don't think so. 70 pips captured. Wow! Congratulations, congratulations. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get time to. Like, I just took that trade. You know. It just comes. The only thing I was hesitant was you can see this 4 hour was only 9 minutes to go for the 4 hour candle to close, and it didn't want to. If the 4 hour was bearish, it had closed, the new 4 hour had formed, and I would keep my TP somewhere here, maybe close partials at 1:1. But anyways, we made some money. We need to be happy, however it is, right? Just give me a second. So sorry, so sorry, so sorry. No, you could not hear me. Apologies. Apologies. Okay, so I guess I'm audible now. I should be audible now. Clear enough? Yes. If mic was off, I was just doing some stuff. Then I put my mic off. So is it clear now? Is it fine? Comfortable? Okay. So what I was talking about is kindly make a note of this. Okay, kindly make a note of it. I just want to ensure if I'm audible now. Not audible? How come that it is not audible now? My mic is on. Anybody? Yes, sir. Now you're. Make sure you are watching live. Sometimes नेटवर्का खातीर कितें जाता तुमचो लायव्ह जो आसता पळय तो you are not live, so that is the reason maybe you are not able to see what I'm talking live, right? Ah, so where I was explaining this part. Okay, so now suppose you want to take an entry on this, you took an entry and now you know the stop loss is 76 pips and you have a clear range up to this point. Fine, you keep your, maybe you want to keep your stop loss target here, right? Your stop loss goes here, but the question is how many times your entire range gets filled. Sometimes किती जाता ना, then the price goes down, it goes down up to 80%, and then what you do, you get your stop loss at the break even point, you don't book your partials, and then it goes hit your break even point, so you don't make any money in this trade. Might not lose, but don't make money also. Okay, so what you should do in this case, don't always wait for the candle to fill the entire range. Okay, I'm not saying you should close out of FOMO. What you can do is that, for example, what I did in this case, or sometimes I do, see, most of the times what I do, if my, since it depends on what lot size is, what risk I'm doing, if I'm risking a bit higher, maybe 1.5%, 2%, or maybe sometimes 3%, then what I do, if my, and especially when the lot sizes are big, when the stop losses are bigger, maybe 90 pips, 100 pips, what I do, if this is 76 pips, I get my TP at 76 pips, 1 is to 1. At least I should get 1 is to 1, right? This is one case you can do, or you are like confident enough, chalo, this price will go up to this point, right? What you can do is close your partials, close maybe 90% at 1 is to 1, get your stop loss to the break even point. So where was the stop loss? Maybe your stop loss was here, right? Now you get your stop loss at the break even point, so now you have captured almost 80% of the move and you have taken home 90%. Then you let it run, then you let it run, right? So in this way you will build confidence, of course, and you'll be able to trade on a bigger lots, depends on your capital, right? So this is an idea that you should follow. So make sure whenever you trade, you should at least have 1 is to 1. The stop loss 76 असा at least range जे असा नाही, minimum 76 आसपाकच जाय, right? If not, then you should not be entering that trade. Very simple. 4 hour close bearish, as you know. Maybe now we can fill this wick, and I hope that is clear. Very very important. I generally teach this in my mentorship program. I hope that is clear. How you should be booking partials. Don't, and sometimes I've seen people, they first of all they trade on a smaller account, do $100, $200. They put a big lots, they maybe trade on zero point 0.1 sometimes, and then when the price goes 10 15 pips in profit, they close it and they feel that okay, they have made money, they are traders. This is not how the trading works, my dear. You're just gambling your way out, right? See, when you get scared, when you risk more, when you risk more, when you are greedy, when you want to make fast money, right? when you want to flip that $100 into $200, and then you think that okay, that $200 will be flipped to $400, $4,000. Doesn't work like that, my dear. You cannot trade with a burden of flipping the account, right? Either focus on your edge, get your edge right. Secondly, focus on building your capital as well, because money makes money in trading, right? This is not a story of poor guy who had no money, who had nothing in his or her life, right? Poorly, fully bankrupt, came out with $100, flipped that $100 into $10,000. This is what you hear in movies, but the ground reality is not like that, right? So use your income source. So with our in our private mentorship, we also provide an opportunity to recommend this education, and we are doing it. One of the reason being that our students should be able to generate an income while they are learning, right? That is also an opportunity that we have provided. So that generally makes, if you are a trader, you make traders, right? Traders making traders. So what do we do now? As we are definitely going to look for a sell now. See what's happened right now is 4 hour is open, and now it's going to see. One thing you have to notice, whenever you take a trade maybe on the 15 minute, you need to see if the 4 hour is closed and the new 4 hour candle is opening. And when you see that, where if you take a sell maybe because the 4 hour is bearish, right? But what will happen is that it will take your stop loss and then it will go down, because 4 hour candle is a very strong candle, right? So it will go back, wick back, grab the liquidity, and then it will push down, so it will take your stop loss. So always wait for at least 15 minutes. When the fresh 4 hour candle is formed and you want to take a trade maybe on the 15 minutes, always wait for the 15 minutes for the relaxation, so that the 4 hour can just maybe form a back week and whatever it is, and then take a trade. Okay, so this is a very very valuable information. You need to make a note of it. If you have a book, make a note of it. If you don't understand, ask me. I know my mic was off, sorry for that. So let's wait for this next 6 minutes. Maybe we can get break and close below this. But even if it is closing below this, I will wait for the retracement. We have a wonderful range. This is what I have been looking for. Maybe if we can go to get some good retracement, we can probably capture some moves here. Let's see. Let's wait and watch. Yes. 15 seconds for the candle to close. I'm not going to take a buy on this. Definitely not, because 4 hour is bearish and I don't want to just do some random buying selling. Not going to take a buy on this. If the 4 hour was bullish, then I would definitely go look for this buy, because you can see this is the point the price has been rejected multiple times. So maybe that could be a reason for me to take a buy, but not here anyways, because my overall bias is not that I should take a buy on this. Even there is no option of counter trend setup. You can see this candle just has a little wick at the bottom and then it just moves, it just goes up. So what I'm waiting for, there are two possibilities for the sell that I'm waiting for. Maybe a kind of a resistance forming at some point and then pushing the price down. Second case, break the price, give me a breakout, then retest, and then give me a potential sell on this. This is what I'm looking for. Two case scenarios. But anyways, I'm looking for a sell. If I have to take a buy, maybe I look for a buy somewhere here, as I've already told you, in this zone, provided my bias is the 4 hour is bullish. I'll just put a story of our live stream so that people can connect us. The best thing should be you should subscribe to the channel. Maybe sometimes I might not send the link, so in that case you get a notification, you can directly join the channel, right? Join the stream. I'll put a link of my YouTube. Then I'll close this. this. 10 minutes to go for the candle to close. And what's going around? News. US talking to itself, says Iran as Trump claims wheels of diplomacy turning. Activists condemn Trump. Okay, let's forget that. We are not interested in this. Let's see. Iran officials continue to deny any peace talk amid reports the US sent the country a ceasefire proposal via Pakistan. Maybe if Trump decides to end this war, we can see gold melting for a very, very long time. So, Iran denies the fact that uh, there has been any peace talks from the Trump side, and that is by Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera is an Arabic. It's a very famous news channel in the Gulf countries, right? And what else? Something which can affect us. This is what I'm interested to know. Iran does not accept a ceasefire and entering this path with a party that has violated. Okay, let's see this. So this is a tweet, I guess. Fars news agency from the source. Iran does not accept a ceasefire and entering this path with a party that has violated the conventions. Fars news agency from source. We affirm achieving our strategic objective before taking the decision of what is the strategic objective of Iran. I don't know. Okay, Iran has received some 15 points. Just in Iran received 15 points ceasefire proposal, reports AP. Maybe there are certain points that US is given to accept for the ceasefire of this war. Mm, mm, what else? Anything that we can see? So I don't really. I'm not interested in the news as such. I just want to know the overall what is happening around. It's not that okay. There is a ceasefire. That means I'll go and sell. No, we don't trade on fundamentals. That is. I guess you know that because trading on the fundamentals is a very different subject, and you don't need to because fundamentals you don't know what sources that you are reading the fundamentals, the information whether it is right or wrong. The best thing to trade is to just trade the candles, manage your risk, scalp some pips. That's it. Easy life. We want an easy life. I don't want you guys to go and read the newspaper, go and read this uh, financial statements. Of course that's a different subject because while you invest for long term in certain companies you need to read that, but here in trading you don't need to, right? So it's that, don't think that if you know a lot of things that will make you a trader. No, I know very little things and I guess that is enough for me. So knowing more doesn't make you a profitable trader. You need to accept that. Okay, and you don't need to know everything. Doesn't require. 6 minutes to go for this candle to close. If we close bearish, then these are not the ranges that you want to trade. Anyways, we'll see if there is anything. How much is this? This is 70 pips. Even if we close 70 pips, where we can go, there is a support here. 1 hour, there is a support. 4 hour, it says that there is a wick to be filled. 15 minutes. Let me check this for us. Flip down, maybe we can continue to push up to this point. Let's see. Waiting for the 5 minute candle to close, 15-minute candle to close, 5 minutes to go. If we break and close below this, we have a wick to fill, but the problem is there are lots of wicks here at this point, which is kind of a rejection area for me. But another question, there is a wick fill on the 4 hour. So can we fill this wick on the 4 hour is a question. Let's see. Not anticipating anything. Iran receives 50. Okay, this we have already read, and anything from the side. So this is our Forex Factory. This is a website wherein we get to know about the news. So there's no news today. Tomorrow I'll be trading the London session, and I'll be trading with the close mentorship channel, the close mentorship group. So the link will be sent to you respectively. And there's no news. Maybe say if you are trading I'm not trading. It's not because I'm not trading in the New York session just because there is this news at 6 p.m. No, there's a news at 6 p.m. You can avoid that time between 6 to 6:15, right? Or maybe between 5:50 to 6:15, right? 10 minutes before the news, and you can enter after the 15 minutes of the news. Nothing bad in that. You can do it because I don't want to trade multiple sessions. I want to stick to one session. Maybe if I'm trading the live stream, I can trade one more session that I don't mind. But as a trader, I don't want to trade multiple sessions. So there is one channel. What is the name of the channel? You can, if you want to, FX Street Financial News. FX Street. So this is FX Street Financial News is a website which gives you news related to forex market. You can go and maybe just give it a read if you want, not compulsory, but so you can follow this. There is a channel on WhatsApp as well. So if you have a WhatsApp, then you know there is a section of updates. In updates, you can see the statuses of the people, and down there is an explore section, which is the channels, and then you can search FX Street Financial News, so you get updates just if you want to get some knowledge. So if we don't trade Euro USD, that is the gold rallies to 3 days highs. I don't know which this news is, not today's. This is the latest. The oil supply shock depends on Hormuz. Gold extends recovery as oil prices pull back on. Yes, this is the major reason. One of the major reason why the gold is recovering, was recovering, because from Monday, I guess it was a lot of bearish momentum. Then, see, oil and gold. This is something which is very much related to each other. The oil prices goes up, the gold goes down, inversely proportional, because now the Iran and the US, especially US, has decided for the ceasefire options. Then maybe the sort of oil prices will not increase possibilities. That's the reason maybe gold is breathing for a moment, right? Just some extra information. You don't need to know all these things. In the sense, you don't need to read all these things all day, every day, and decide. No, it's just for extra information. And it's important you should know what is happening around, right? Gold exchange. USD. So I used to trade GBP JPI before. Now I don't trade. I stopped trading because the volume that we used to have in GBP JPI is not what we see nowadays. Look at this. The volumes have shrinked. But if you look at the GBP JPY in 2021, 2022, 2023, even in the 2024, it was as good as gold. But I don't know. See, look at this. There's nothing to trade. Look at these candles. So stop trading that. So the candle is closed bullish, 14-15 minute candle, and we are 4 hour is closed bearish. So I would consider still wait for a bearish momentum. Maybe it is kind of a retracing. So if I get some kind of a resistance here at this point, I'm definitely looking for a potential set. I hope you guys are there in the channel. Sorry, there in the chat. You are listening to the commentary as well, because that's very important. It's not just about buy and sell, right? I have to see the messages or the chats, if any. We are here with the ears wide open. Good to know that. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, let's see how this candle is closing. If it is candle is closing bearish, maybe we can look for a potential sell with an idea that we can push down. Just so just reading this news. So this is on website FX Street. There's a section of XAUSD, so you get some news related to XAU. Gold rallies to 3 days high near 4,600. Yes, gold extends recovery as oil prices pull back on the US Iran ceasefire. Now you understand how this war situation works, right? The oil prices go up, the gold goes, the gold people start selling gold. And so basically, see, the thing is that oil price is directly related to the rate cut. Okay, if you know what is rate cut, if you are attending my fundamental analysis classes, you know the rate cut or the rate hikes. When I say rate hikes, I'm talking about the interest rate by the RBI, or in this case it is Fed, right? Federal Reserve. So basically, when the gold prices go up, what what does the Fed do? They will increase the interest rate in order to control the inflation. And when they increase the interest rate, that means whoever is having have FDs, they will make more returns. So the people with gold, what they prefer in this case, they want to put money in FDs and they start stealing gold, right? So that is how the effect, the snowball effect, comes into gold. I don't know whether you guys knew about this, but this is how the things work. So recovery helped by softer dollar, gold sticks to gain. Okay. India gold price today. India, we're not interested in Indian gold. Somebody was asking me gold is going down, whether it's a good time to buy. I said which gold? He was like Indian gold. I was like, I don't trade in Indian gold. I don't buy physical gold, so don't ask me this question, right? Now suddenly the war escalates. the because this war is directly related to the crude oil, right? Because we know the the place where the crude oil comes from is where the war is happening, and that will definitely pump the gold maybe to new highs, right? So that is what the fundamentals looks like. So waiting for a potential retracement, for a potential sell. We got a trade, but that was just an instant entry. I could not even explain, or maybe I just entered that with a lot of experience and in conviction, and here we are. Let's wait for the next 7 minutes for the candle to close. Can you guys see the entire screen, or is are you guys able to see the entire screen, or is just a half screen that is visible? Just let me know. It's half. How come it's become half now? I don't know. Why is that you can see the only half of the screen? Oh, yes, zoomed in. I know how I must scale to window. How come it's zoomed in now? I guess now it's fine. Yes, I think it's fine now. Is it cool? Fine? Should be fine. I don't know. I guess I did it by myself. 4 minutes to go for the candle to close. Back to normal. 4 hour candle is, I would say it's bearish only because candle has closed bearish. Now it's candle is open, so I cannot comment on that. Right? I cannot say now we can go bullish because the current candle is bullish. So that's not a right way to approach. Always, when I say always wait for the confirmation, I say always wait for the candle to close and then decide. Yes. Let's see how the candle is closing. If it is bearish, maybe we can look for a potential sell, though we are in a range also. I don't know. Oh, we need to change this. I forgot. So this becomes a resistance. So the candle didn't close bullish. So this is one thing that I can observe at a candle close with the weak body. So maybe we this bullish momentum is weakening. That can be one of the indication. Okay, yeah, there is a resistance here as well. See, you can see this. There is a resistance here as well. So let's measure the range if that is. So this is almost around 50 pips. I think we had shifted our range here. This should be a better support for us because the breakout, upon the breakout, we will have better moves. So I, for the time being, I'll keep this as my support. Hmm. I'm cooking achari chicken legs today. I hope we get to taste it one day, Jason. People seems to be planning for some party in my chats. Where is the big break entry? Can you explain me this? I think you're talking about this. I've already told you that I cannot take a buy at all the support. I cannot take a sell at all the support. We're talking about this because the overall trend is bearish. 4 hour was bearish. If I take a buy, even though the price has gone in that direction, is not what I do. I think this is what you're talking about. Look at the stop loss is also 96 pips. You would be in this trade for at least 15 plus 15, almost half an hour. You would be in this trade for at least half an hour. I guess this is what you're asking me. Yes. So now you have to understand that I cannot take a buy at the support. It's a very wrong idea. I don't know who taught you this. Buy at support, sell at resistance. It's not like that, my dear friend. You cannot buy at all the support. When you know the overall trend is bearish, you want to take a buy at the support. It's a very risky thing, provided there it is a counter trend setup. If it was a counter trend setup, maybe there was a different thing. This is not even a counter trend setup, right? So you need to understand that. Now the 4 hour is pushing bullish, but I cannot decide because now it's still open. Because here also same thing happened. If you look at the previous 4 hour candle, it went up at this point, but the previous candles were bearish. 4 hour candle were bearish. So in that case, I cannot decide to take a buy, right? I need to have my biases. So we need to trade like a sniper, not with an AK-47. Just 1 minute, someone is irritating me. So one of our student had deposited uh, through crypto, and there was some issues, of course, from their side. So I was just helping them about how to, if there is any issue, maybe even if you guys have any issues while you deposit, first of all, don't do any kind of deposit through cash. I request you, because there are not, I'm not saying there are issues all the time, but when there are issues, it takes a lot of time to get resolved. So please do it through crypto transaction, and do it to the link which I've sent you recently, because that has a better spread opportunity. So in case there is any slippage kind of thing, that is not going to happen. And secondly, there are ways, if in case now this guy, तुम्ही ज्यांना अकाउंट ओपन करता व्हिडिओ नाही ऑलरेडी सांगला की keep the leverage as 1:500, but this person has kept it 1:2 or 1:1 something. Leverage 1:1 असा $100 $150 असल्यापासून तुमची ट्रेड पण जाऊची ना, because you don't get margin, right? So keep that 1:500. So if that case, in that case, it was not done before. So there is an option, you have to go to the website or wherever you have logged in, then a health center एक ticket raise कर पाएगी, your issue will be solved. That is not a problem. So in case if anyone is having issues, it is very easily solved. You just need to take these steps, because every broker has system, and especially these good brokers, which gives good services. They might not have chat support, but their system is very much foolproof on mail. So yes. So okay, let's see if we can get a potential sell on this. We need a candle to close bearish. maybe we can get a best trade, or we might not end up getting a trade. That can be either of the situation. Let's see. I don't want this candle to close overextended as well, like somewhere like this. I just want it to be a normal candle closing with some volume so that we can wake up and just continue to push down. Since the range is almost around, this is a good range what I can see. Oh, sorry. This range seems, this is almost to 27 pips, so I want a candle to close somewhere less than 100 pips, maybe. Let's see. Because whenever I see candle closing more than 50% of the range, I avoid the trade, because they've already captured half of the range, and then we expect the next candle to fill that another range can be a risky effect. So we trade like sniper, right? You cannot just, you have limited bullets, and you have limited targets, and you need to trade in such a way that just trade your idea and then let the probability decide where it has to go. Doesn't mean you are a sniper, you'll make a not make a loss. Of course, that is part of trading. I don't want to execute the trade below the 50% of the range. That is what my idea is. Let's see. 4 hour, 30 minutes, it's still open. 4 hour is pushing down. It formed a top wick and now it's trying to push down. Maybe it can fill this wick. If it needs to fill this wick, and we need to wait for this 15-minute candle to close. Let's wait and watch. So now we see this candle closing now. If it does like this volume is almost around 114 pips. And if you look the range which we have, maybe hardly, if we break, if we wait for a breakout, that would be like 45 pips. It might push down with the next candle, but the question is it following my trading plan? It is something that is following my trading plan. It's not, right? So when it's not following your trading plan, you should not trade that idea, right? Irrespective of where the price goes. So 220 pips range, and you see the candle closed that too with a very little wick at the bottom. This candle itself is a huge volume candle, right? Like almost 170 pips. So anyways, I guess we don't have a trade. We took one trade that was a very instant trade, and we booked almost around 670 pips on that. So calling it a day, I don't think so. We have nothing, anything more on this. Then just have a look at this price and don't trade after 9 p.m. That is what I would suggest you. Yeah, maximum 9:30 if you come late at home, right? So that's it from my side. Take care. Very all the very best to you. See you tomorrow for the London session stream, and let's start trading by ourselves as well. Don't just wait for the live streams. But anyways, let's try to learn through the live stream as well. Take care. Bye bye.